welcome back to my studio for part 2. So in this series, part 1, I went to the art galleries in England or London, and I went to those 3 art galleries there. And in this particular part 2, I went to Paris, France, to 3 art galleries there. So in this video, you will see the Louvre, and you will also see Musée d'Orsay, and you will see the Musée de l'Orangerie. Again, forgive my French, I certainly do not speak French. But anyhow, in this video, I went to those 3 art galleries, and as you'll see in the video, they were quite busy. I found them busier than what I encountered at the National or the Tate Britain or the National Portrait Gallery in London. I don't know if it was just because it was a Saturday that I was there, but they were very busy. You'll see lots of lineups. And once in the Louvre, I found it a little bit difficult to obtain much video. There were a lot of people, and they tried to be very sensitive about, capturing people and that kind of thing. So I did the best I could. We didn't spend a great deal of time in the Louvre, and we went to Musée d'Orsay, which I think is just an incredible art gallery. There are some extraordinary pieces in here. I did my best to capture as many as I could, but again, it's very busy, lots of people everywhere, so forgive me that. I certainly did the best I could. And then we went for a brief period of time to Musée de l'Orangerie, and that is, it has a number of pieces in the gallery, but it's particularly well known for the large pieces that Claude Monet did of the water lilies. So at the end of his, or towards the end of his life, he extensively painted pictures of his garden in Giverny, and he focused on the water lily paintings, right? So you'll see in the upstairs portion of that art gallery, there are very large portraits or pieces that he worked on as he was going blind. They're pretty fascinating to see, so that again was another great art gallery. But for my opinion, I will say for me, and this is purely my opinion, if I could only go to one in Paris, it would certainly be the Musée d'Orsay. It's a fantastic art gallery with a lot of Van Gogh pieces, a lot of Monet pieces, a lot of the Impressionist pieces. So they were great to see. I've seen them before, but I will tell you that that is a great art gallery for me to go to. So I hope you enjoy this video. So like I said in this video, we'll visit those 3 art galleries and do our best to capture some of the images there. Obviously, I can't capture all the images there, as I pointed out before. That would just take a great deal of time. So what I've done is I've tried to take a little bit of snapshots of oil paintings where I can to give you an overview, and the buildings themselves are fascinating. They're just fantastic. So they are in themselves worth looking at. The Musée d'Orsay is actually used to be a train station, right? So it's a fantastic building and really worth seeing. So join me here in this episode as we travel through fairly briefly those art galleries and take some video. So join me. personally, this is one of the best paintings in the Louvre. It's called Liberty Leading the People, and it's painted by Eugene Delacroix, and it's painted in 1830. Here we are at the most sought after painting in the Louvre, the Mona Lisa. The building is stunning. It is, here's a prime example of the ceiling. It's incredible. And here we are under the pyramid, and this is sort of a main area, a main gathering area. And from here, there's a lot of hallways that take you to different galleries. As you can see by the sign here, this is obviously the entrance to the Musée de l'Orangerie. And here, just going into the Musée d'Orsay. Thanks for joining me here today. In episode 2 here, or this episode, this was focusing on the art galleries in Paris, Paris, France, of course. In the previous video, hopefully you've already seen that video. If not, take a look. in the first video, it was the galleries in London. In this particular video, it was the art galleries in France. So in the first art gallery I went to here in France was the Louvre. As you can see, the Louvre was quite busy, and so were all three galleries on this particular day. And I will tell you, I went to them all in the same day, and in Paris, it was a Saturday, so it was extremely busy. That may account for why it was much busier than when I went to in London. So in Paris, it made it difficult to obtain a lot of clear video. There were people everywhere, and I tried to be very aware of being respectful of people and not videotaping them. So it made it somewhat difficult to get some images of the art, but I did my best. So you'll see in the Louvre, there was not a lot of video, but there was a lot of people. So I've tried to get some video, as I said, but one of the most amazing things in the Louvre is the actual architecture of the building itself. It's phenomenal, worth seeing. It's an incredible place, but again, for me, it was very busy. Fortunately, I've been there before, but like I said, I've done my best to capture some video for you guys to see. In the next art gallery I went to in this particular video was the Musée d'Orsay. And for me, that is an incredible art gallery, probably one of the best I've been to in the world. First off, it is an old railway station, and the building itself is just incredible. It's beautiful when you get inside. But the artwork in there is just, top notch for me, right? So a lot of impressionism work. You've got Van Gogh in there, you've got Monet, you've got Pizarro, you've got some of the most incredible pieces of impressionism in the world, and they are all on display for you to see. Again, there were lots of people there, large crowds. I've done my best to capture those images. Hopefully you can see them in this video. And then finally, the third art gallery I went to was the Musée de l'Orangerie. And I'm not saying that correctly. I don't pretend to be French by any means. So, but that particular art gallery has on the lower floor, on the basement floor, has various pieces of work which you'll see, but on the main floor, it focuses on work by Claude Monet, particularly the pieces that he did towards the end of his life at his home in Giverny, where he painted water lilies. So they're large pieces of artwork, basically murals that are on the walls in the building of water lilies from his garden, right? Very large pieces, as you saw in the video. They are definitely worth seeing. There's something to see. But like I said, they were painted towards the end of his life as he was going blind. But if you step back and look at them, they are just incredible and very worth seeing. So hopefully you've enjoyed what I've videotaped at these three art galleries in Paris. It's fantastic work. It's a great opportunity to see it. If you haven't been there to see them, I think, if you have an opportunity to go there, it's very worth going there to see. My favorite of all three, just my personal opinion, is Musée d'Orsay. Is by far the better art gallery for me. And if I could only go to one in Paris, that's the one I would go to. Just my opinion. It depends what you want to look at. The type of work that I really enjoy is more of what they have on display at the Musée d'Orsay. Final point I want to make here is when I was at these art galleries, they all have bookstores or souvenir stores within them, and they are also fantastic. So they sell souvenirs, that kind of thing, but they also have books for sale, art books, art history books, that kind of thing, mostly focused on the artists that are in the galleries, sometimes just a broader library of books about art. So I can spend hours going through those type of things. I don't have a lot of opportunity here at home to find those type of books. Sometimes they're a little harder to find online. So when you are at these art galleries, you get an opportunity to really see some of the art books, and I spend time going through them. So the reason I bring this up in the next episode that I'm going to film for you guys for YouTube is I purchased 2 books while there, and I'm going to go through those books. I'm going to open them up. They're actually sealed. I'm going to open them up on camera, and then I'm going to explore those books. So 2 books. One of them is a photographic book of Claude Monet's Giverny, the actual gardens at his home, images that he used, obviously, that he saw in his garden, that he painted from. So since then, they've been photographed. They're phenomenal pictures, photographs, and they're something I'm going to enjoy looking at, to go through and sort of give me some ideas. There's great colors in them, that kind of thing. So I'll open that on the video and we'll explore that. And the other one is a book that I've never seen before, but I was aware of, a book called The Artist's Palette. And within it, it focuses on 50 very well-known painters, master painters, that kind of thing. John Constable, you know, a number of different people are in there, and it focuses on their palettes, the type of paint they use, what colors they use, a little bit of exploration about value, that kind of thing. For some of you, it might be a technical book, and probably even for me, but there's a lot of information. There's going to be a lot of information in there that I'm going to enjoy deciphering, going through, looking at, and just using as a reference book. So again, it's sealed. I purchased it sealed. I'm going to open it on the camera. We'll go through it. We'll take a look at it and see if that's the kind of book that interests you. If it is, you can obviously seek that book out, or if nothing else, you get a chance to look at that book. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you haven't seen the previous video to this, where I was in London at the National Gallery, the Tate Britain, and the National Portrait Gallery, take a look at that on my YouTube channel. See if that's something that interests you. In this particular one, like I said, it was focusing on Paris. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to get some comments on what you saw at these galleries, what your thoughts are about these galleries, your experiences if you've been to these galleries. Please leave me comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this content, if this is something you like, or the previous video that I made about London, please give me a thumbs up. It means a lot to me. It's really important to see that I'm creating content that you guys enjoy. And if you really do enjoy my channel, I would really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. So for now, guys, thank you. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.